Hey guys, it's Ali Chick and welcome back to my channel. So today we're starting the first in a new series of videos, a custom doll series which I've been so excited to get back into. I received all my supplies in the mail recently and couldn't wait to get started. Some customs will be on their way as they have reroute hair waiting to come, but I thought I'd show you my first of the. So for our first custom I'm gonna do a Pokemon! It's purple with a bit of yellow and some white fluff on top. It floats on the breeze and it steals children. So I'm guessing some of you guys will already know. Who's that Pokemon? It's Drifloon! So this Gen 4 cutie is one of my absolute favourites, so I had to do a custom of it. I felt so inspired by the little cross on its nose and the heart and the pastel colour scheme. I decided to go with the Spectravondergeist doll as a base. I'm sure you'll all agree that she's the perfect base for this flying ghost type. I was actually so hyped to do this custom that I kind of prepared the doll without thinking to film first. So I removed her old face makeup with non-acetone nail varnish remover. I've tested both acetone and non-acetone and I found non-acetone nail varnish remover works best in removing original face-ups from dolls. But of course I tested this first. Most doll customizers recommend acetone nail varnish remover. So I guess it's up to you if you're willing to test, but I'd go by their logic rather than mine, as I'm not as experienced as some of the better doll customizers out there. As I planned to use her original hair for the doll, I did not require a reroute. All I required was to design an outfit and a face-up. For this face-up I did some simple sketching in both soft pastels and the planned colour scheme of watercolour pencils before I had my Mr. Super Clear, so that is another stage that I didn't film unfortunately. I also didn't film the making of her outfit, but I have hopefully made that up by showing you a good look at my designs so far. So for this face up I will be using Mr. Super Clear, soft pastels from Rembrandt, paintbrushes, a sharpener, rubbers, a mask, cotton gloves, acrylic paints, mica powders and Liquitex high gloss. Of course there are other pieces of equipment which I haven't named, but hopefully they should become obvious throughout the video. So here's a quick photo of the initial concept. As you can see, I did a quick sketch of Drifloon in the top right corner and worked from there. For this design work I was really inspired by the idea of using decora fashion because the cross on Drifloon's mouth reminded me so much of the decorative plasters that they'll put over their nose in some styles of the fashion. So here's Drifloon's final design. I kept the plasters on the nose and incorporated a decora style mouth mask. I thought this kind of represented the way the original cross over Drifloon's mouth worked. I also subtly added in some hearts, 2 on the bottom of the dress to represent Drifloon's floaty hands in its original Pokemon form, and 1 around the waist as a kind of belt. I went for a slight kind of yukata style feel for this dress, but with a floaty skirt like a 50s or Lolita style, because I felt that really encapsulated Drifloon's balloon-like nature. I kept to the basic yellow, purple and white colour scheme, but added a slight hint of orange in the blush tones. I hope you guys really like this design. So here is some footage of the actual design on camera. I hope this gives across the colour a bit better, and here's the dress I made. So using the materials I had about the house, I had some purple chiffon, some purple and white flower fabric, some doll zips, yellow thread, and some yellow heart gems, I was able to make my design. So what you guys think? I haven't used doll zips before, so it was a bit of a new one for me. So here I'm just sorting out my pastels and choosing the colours I want to get some pigment from. I'm using a Stanley knife to scrape off small amounts of powdered pigment. Please be careful if you are young and using any sharp metal objects, and of course always get a parent's permission first if you're going to do crafts like this. So I put some purple in the corners and some yellow to highlight, eyeshadow and under the chin as well as on the forehead, and then blushed with some orangey flesh tone colours. I know it seems like I'm putting on a lot right now, but as I worked on the custom it did wear off some of the colour and it did tone down quite a lot. Remember guys, keep those watercolour pencils sharp for use. So here I'm going over in 2 different shades of watercolour purple. The line work I already pre-prepared before this video, which I forgot to film, and oh, we've just seen parts of my room. I had a bit of trouble getting the camera to balance today, so yeah, testing out a new tripod, well, an old tripod but new to me. So I'm going over with pigments, and unfortunately my watercolour colours range was majorly a lot more student variant pencils, student quality, not artist quality. As you'll notice, I do have in the background there some WH Smith tan colour looking pencils and then one Derwent blue coloured pencil in ivory black, and this is because I currently, when I was buying my supplies, I couldn't afford to get every single colour from Derwent, so I got a black, a white and a brown, which I thought would be a necessary contributing number of colours to the work that I'm going to do, and it really has worked. So I'm filling in the eyebrows right now, and every so often I do have to keep turning Spectra's head, or Drifloon's head, to show you guys the work I'm doing, because I'm kind of working at an angle to the camera because it was really awkward filming all this. I'm not used to filming in this way and I'm kind of getting used to it, and poor Drifloon's been left at points in this video just waiting for me to sharpen pencils, and yeah, I kind of go off screen at some points. Whoops. Honestly, using the Derwent watercolours, I was so impressed, and if you see me every so often having to wipe the pencils on my gloves, it's because the softer watercolours and the more quality Derwent watercolours were breaking every time I was resharpening them and pressing just a little bit too hard on the paintwork. So here we go, I did some work off screen just to fill in the black with the pencil, and I went in with the white watercolour pencil just to highlight the corneas of the eyes, I believe they're called. So I'm doing lips as well, although this won't be seen under the mask. I feel it's right to have it there just in case I do remove her face mask in the future, or decide to, or in case I give this doll away or sell it. I would actually really love to give this first custom away as a giveaway prize to you guys once I reach 1,000 subscribers. So here I am just using some mica pearl powders to highlight the outside irises and dusting off the excess powder. And I'm going to go in with some white powder now to do some highlights under the eyebrow. This is really pretty powder, I love it, and it was actually cheaper than I thought it was. It is a off-brand equivalent to Pearlex powder that I'm using, as Pearlex powders are really expensive in comparison to just simple pearl mica powders, which is what they are. So I've begun to go in with the black acrylic English, Ali, where is it? Anyways, so I went in with the black acrylic. Every so often I have to take her off camera because I have really shaky hands and I have to make sure I'm being as delicate and in detail as possible. So she will pop on every so often and you will see the progress, but as you can see, you're kind of staring at my background right now, unfortunately. I will get used to trying finding the right camera angle to set up so you guys can actually watch the entire process. And here is my face. Look at my lovely nose. There we go. And right up my nostril. Yeah, so I was really happy with this custom. It's turning out really well, and at this point I was having some trouble with the eyes. I realised the eyes were off balance. As you can see, one is slightly higher by a few millimeters than the other, and that's because she was looking off to the side and I couldn't really focus her eyes. I will fix this problem soon, but I am going in with white now to highlight the white portions of the eyes and parts of the cupid's bow and things like that. So here we are, she's really nearly complete. I just have to fill in a few little details on her eyes. I did the eye shines in the shapes of hearts, but I think they might be a bit too small for you to see. So I'm just going in with a light shade of purple acrylic I've mixed myself to add some sparkle to the eyes, I guess, to make them pop a bit more. I will also be using this colour to make the brows a bit more bushy and a bit more gradiated, to say the least. So now finally, the bit that is probably one of the main parts of the design I'm finally getting around to. It took me a while to make multiple shades of yellow to try and make a 3D looking plaster cross on her nose. Unfortunately, I don't think it's too obvious, but it's still there and that's what counts. So I'm brushing through her hair now because it was a bit of a tangled mess. Poor thing had been waiting for so long. So here you are, here's what she looks like, and all that is really missing now is her mask, which I ended up making out of a small scrap of golden yellow fabric and painting a small purple heart on. You'll see it in just a few minutes. So in order to attach the mask but to make it so I could remove it, I used invisible thread to create loops around the ears from each corner of the mask. Here's a quick overview of her overall. Isn't she so cute? Unfortunately, I lost some of the other footage I did of an overview of her with cute things, and yes, this is a bad bit of footage where Lamp got in, but here she is. Oh, hello. Hi. Oh well, I guess Drifloon's off then. Oh well, if you enjoyed that and you want to see more, there are more Pokemon to come as well as other customs, then please feel free to comment, subscribe, ding that bell, and tell me what you like about the video. And if you really want to go that extra mile and help me out, please check out my Patreon. The link will be in this description, but just having you here to watch my videos is love enough. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!